That's it. We are live, and I hope everybody's there. And let me see. We will just hang on till one or two of them pop up. That it doesn't end. Julie Hall is here. Hi.
Hello.
Julie's from here somewhere, in Lostock Hall or something like that, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lostock Hall, yeah. Vera from Sweden. Hi, Vera. Yeah. So we is like Joanne as well. Joanne is from Lancaster. Rita Wilson. Hi to you both from Rita. And then they all just slowly, namaste from Becca Donnelly. Namaste. Debs Brooks. Hi, Debs. Do you know Debs Brooks, Helen? This is Helen.
Hi, everybody.
And Pa. Yeah, and then we will have, obviously from Sweden, and then a few from Holland, and then they'll just keep popping in, you see. Yeah. And Christine from Lancaster. Yeah. Nicola Lowry from Kendal. And yes, we got you, Julie. Yes, we got you. Sends a heart. Wonderful. Somebody sent us a message, was it? Saying that, are we
Becca.
on? Oh, it's Becca. Okay, Becca. Yes, we are here. No panic. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Hello, everybody, and we are having a bit of a different way of doing things today. And what I wanted to talk about is this picture here, that because our hands of light that we had, we can't use it because it was patented to the person who drew it, you see. And Helen Worthington with us today is the painter that drew our new hands of light. I thought I'll bring Helen in to explain the painting, how she tuned in psychically and drew it psychically. I met Helen many years ago. How many years ago, Helen?
It must be 7, possibly 8, maybe more.
And I was doing a mind, body, and spirit, and Helen came and joined me. So it was a wonderful time. And then ever since, we've been friends since then. Judith Allison as well from Lancaster. And so when they sent us a letter from the persons who had the hands of light, a solicitor's letter saying we can't use the painting, otherwise we're going to get hammered. So I mentioned it to Helen, and Helen says she would be wonderful. It would be wonderful, honor to draw this for us, and she did. So what I would like to ask Helen is that I'm going to move this camera, so it might be a bit wobbly, but bring the camera closer to the picture, so you can explain to people what it's all about, Helen. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, right. That was lovely.
Yeah. And so, so hang on. This is not been practice.
No rehearsal.
No, this is live, folks. Yeah.
Anything could happen. And usually does.
Yes. Okay, how's that looking? Okay.
That's looking good.
It's delayed, you see.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Helen.
Okay.
Up
it's
to you.
A bit difficult perhaps for people to see, but it's quite a large canvas. And the first thing that came to me when Divyael asked me about doing a painting for the group was very much the hands of light, but also the cosmic connection and the fact that we are all cosmic beings, cosmic travelers. We all have a home here on this particular planet at the moment, but may not be drawn to here, or we might be drawn to other stars, we might be drawn to anywhere within the universe as our home spiritually. So it was about representing that cosmic world rather than this planet as such. So that's where the sort of cosmic background has come from. The most striking feature, I would imagine, for everybody is the rose, which is at the very centre of the piece. Both Divyael and I had the image of a rose before I'd even started, so that made perfect sense. And the rose is very much a symbol of the heart and the higher heart. It's been connected with that energy for centuries. So it's very much about the unfolding of detached compassion, by which I mean you are able to show compassion to circumstances, to people, to situations that might be around you, without feeling the need to be drawn in emotionally, so that there's no fight or friction within ourselves. We can love and open our hearts without any attachment to that situation or that person. So it can be anything that requires that depth of compassion and love. We can show that by opening the heart center, which is represented by that beautiful open rose. There is nothing hidden within that rose. Everything is clear. It is absolute clarity. There is no shadow. There is nothing untoward that might occur without our knowledge. So it's very much that openness of the heart and the higher heart, through which the bridge is formed through the higher heart to the throat chakra, allowing compassion and truth to be spoken from the heart. So it will only allow absolute truth and integrity to be part of us. There's a lot about fake news and all this sort of thing. The energy in this does not allow for that. Anything fake will be seen. It will be felt through its vibration as being lesser than that which we are opening our hearts to express. So that was the symbology of that rose. It's a very deep meaning, and some of you may have your own feelings about what a rose means to you, perhaps memory of somebody that's been lost, or love in itself, romance, whatever. It's usually a very positive feeling. So that's where the rose symbology came from. Now, the rose has attached to it beneath a stem with leaves, and they're actually painted in a coppery colour. And the coppery colour has been shared with me recently as becoming more and more important. We are aware of the silver violet flame, so we've got the metallic elements with that. And copper, because of its conductivity properties, enables energy to actually travel far better than simply the gold or anything like that. It really does produce a great amount of conductivity. So anything that you mix with copper, so if you wanted to mix the violet flame with the copper element, it would have a very grounding effect as well as a cleansing effect. So it transmits energy down into the ground for us, links us to this planet that we're on at the moment, and also strengthens that vibration that comes through that copper element. So look out for being drawn to things that are copper or have a copper element to them, because it may be you need that extra little bit of help with conducting energy and grounding it, perhaps. I had the most enormous experience of Archangel Uriel, and he explained about copper within our bodies as well as an external element, and it was very much about using the body's elements, metal elements, as well as everything else, to be able to let that energy come down. So that was very much where the copper stem and leaves have come from. Now, holding the rose very, very lightly and very, very gently are the two hands. Obviously, we've got the Hands of Light group, so the hands had to be in there somewhere. And I struggled for a while thinking, well, do I have the hands facing the rose? It should be like a world with the hands round. But that seemed very clumsy energetically for this. So the idea that then came into my mind was about the gentleness of the support beneath the rose. So the hands are there, but they're actually very transparent. They're very clear. They allow light to travel through them as well as from them. So it's a very light vibration that is almost cocooning the rose and holding it upright. So that's where our Hands of Light. And I know that when I've done this meditation with Divyael before and I've sat, the vision that I have when he turns his hands and we all energetically focus our hands upon the planet is so massively powerful. It's unbelievably strong. So the hands there are gentle yet exceedingly powerful, which is what all of us bring to this group and the energy when we unite together. A single person doing this work is fantastic. 2 or 3 people doing it is amazing. But when a group of people with like minds and hearts put their focus onto this, it's an exponential boost of light and energy that hits the planet, hits wherever it needs to go. And everybody has such a vital role to play in this. I cannot stress that we're all separate, we're all in our own little rooms doing this, but energetically, we are massively connected. Our groups connect upwards with other groups. They sit with us energetically. When we gather, they gather. And their energy goes upwards and outwards to other groups. And it's an ongoing growth of levels of groups which join. And each group learns from the other groups. So we learn from spirit, from our guides, from the angels and archangels. They also learn from us. They are taking away the light that we produce and are directing it and learning how powerful we can be. So those hands have a huge connection with this group and a huge connection with the energy that's produced. The last little bit, I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but there's actually a line that comes up from the rose and travels right the way up through the very top of the canvas. It disappears. This is the golden hara line. And if you're not familiar with it, it is the tiny thread of gold light, which is said to connect us to source. Whatever your idea of source may be, doesn't matter. This thread connects us to that source. It is never broken. It connects us through the crown chakra, comes down, travels through our spine and outwards through our feet, again connecting us here. And it is possible during meditations, if you find that yourself has gone a little bit higher than you perhaps intended to and you struggle to get back, if you visualize the golden hara line, you can actually bring yourself back down it, back into your body, and it will help you to reconnect a lot stronger. So you've got the beautiful copper stem beneath and the golden hara line above. The stem actually has the golden line right the way down through the center of it. It's difficult to see, but it is actually there right the way through that picture. So everything is linked, everything is connected. Those of you who know me know that I've worked for a long time now with the angelic and archangelic realms, and I know that they are so grateful for what this group does when we meet, and they join with us and connect with us and boost that energy so much. And each of you who joins in this brings an enormous team every time. You are not alone. It's tickling the back of my head now. I can feel it. You bring a massive team with you. So we might be individuals in rooms, but actually energetically there are thousands of us gathered tonight. So I hope that brings you a nice sense of comfort and companionship with your guides, the angels, archangels, loved ones, anybody who is interested in helping us and what we do. They are here connecting with us now. If anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them either now or later on. I will actually get prints made available if anybody does want a print of the painting. If you want to just contact me, I'll let you know the details and we can have a chat and see if there's anything that I can help you with that. Are you all right there, Divyael?
Oh, my hands was going.
You could get a job as a cameraman any day. That was very good.
I thought maybe with the shaky hands, I blame because it's a full moon coming up,
Right. Probably one thing I didn't say is around the rose is actually the sort of glow that you see is a silvery violet light, actually, which I sort of overlooked when I was doing that description, but it has actually got the silver violet in there as well.
Yes.
So there's lots of different elements going on.
Wonderful.
I hope that explains it sufficiently for everybody.
Yes, thank you, Helen, because we're going to keep this video on Facebook and also probably and transfer it also on YouTube,
Yeah.
So it is super. So now that if like Helen said, if anybody wants a print, you can I think we have put a link on Helen's website at the bottom here. You've seen it, have you, Helen?
I think so. Yes. But there's lots of different ways to contact me. I'll know what you're talking about. If you want to get hold of me, that's fine.
Yeah, super. And to everybody here, go onto the website and have a look at the angels, the pictures of the angels that Helen has drawn as well. It is amazing stuff.
Thank you.
So we come back now here to ground level, and we as I've said many times in this past that we are going through many different levels of changes right now, and the changes are how we stay in our power and how we stay in our energy field, so that we can, as you stay in your own power, you expand. As soon as you get involved in what is going on out there, then what happens is that your vibration gets a bit shaken up and vibration drops, and that's the last thing we want to do. And we are here for everybody, if you want to call. I have said to men, and I'm sure you too, Helen, that he says, please request her to your page. I don't understand that.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do that. Somebody wants a request to put you on my page,
Right.
I don't know what it means, but
We'll sort that out.
My director here will look at it.
Friend request.
Yes. And sometimes we sometimes feel that all these things that are going on, we get a bit frustrated that it's not happening quick enough, to bring heaven on earth. But I have said many times to people is that it's divine order, not our order. We humans sometimes have very little patience, and it also, for me as well, I find it a bit difficult sometimes, but it's easy to let go as well. And I think many of you saw all the different marches that were going on, like at Trafalgar Square in London, in Berlin, and many other places. And it is, people are awakening in their own sweet time. and it's because we as a group and also many other light workers are bringing more and more lights on here on Mother Earth. Do you want to like to say something, Helen, about that?
Yeah, I think what we forget sometimes is that what we are currently experiencing is something that we haven't actually consciously experienced before. And this is causing a huge amount of fear and uncertainty because we are being moved away from the old way of being. And we all thought when 2012 came and this, oh yes, the predicted change, and it would happen overnight and it would change, and by 2013 it would all be settled and we'd move on and everybody would be happy. And it didn't happen like that. It's been a much more gradual change, but we're now reaching that sort of bottleneck, if you like, of real intensity, of things being forced to be overturned, and the financial structure, the social structure, our beliefs. And this year, with all the COVID stuff, our very way of life has actually been challenged, and we have been forced to examine how we feel as we experience this, what we choose to gain from it, and where that will lead us in the future. And it's very interesting to see the rush to get back to normal, as in returning back to the old way of being, and those who are desperate to do that because the new is very fearful, and those who have actually decided through this experience that they don't wish to return to the same way of being, but perhaps at the moment haven't quite worked out what the new way of being is. So we're kind of between dimensional shifts at the moment. We're stuck in the third, we're traveling through the fourth, trying to get to the fifth where everybody's enlightened, and we flip-flop back between those quite regularly, which causes us such a lot of anxiety because it's very difficult to stay, as you said, Divyael, in the one vibration all the time. There's an awful lot trying to pull us back into the third. That's familiar, that's safe, we've experienced this, we know what this is. All of this is unprecedented in our collective conscious because we haven't gone through it in an awakened state before as human beings. And this is why the beings of light are stepping forward to help. So anybody who's feeling that wobble, that shifting sands beneath their feet, yes, it is there, it is real. What you're feeling is absolutely the right thing, but it doesn't mean that you're going to fall. It just gives you the opportunity to reach out a hand, and for those who already know what's going on, to help boost us up a level. And then we would be able to look back with hindsight and say, if we hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't now be at this stage, which has happened all the way through most people's spiritual evolution. We reach a certain point and go, how did I ever not know this? But at the time before, we didn't. And that's perfectly natural. And this is all part of it, but it's on a much bigger scale.
Yeah.
And it brings up the fear massively.
Yes. It's a even though we in our many past lives we've been through changes and we're seeing changes on Earth. I'm talking about it, but now we're going through these changes in a very electronic world that we are, how we can be so easily manipulated. It's a different kind of scenario, but we've been through this scenario before. But it's a different scenario. So old souls, already feel this, and they say, "How can you be so damn stupid and going through this again?" But it's just another variety, another coming from a different angle now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and there's quite a few of people here. Daka said, "Thank you, Helen. Nicholas say thank you, Helen. Judith Ellison say thank you for the picture, Helen. So Salima Samila from down south say thank you as well.
Thank you.
I'm going to just do something different this time, and there's a question down here that Nicola's friend, who's blind, is listening with her and has her own question, and her name is Mandy Moo. And so, Nicola, if you want to type out that question, maybe both of us could give you an answer to that. But what I would like to do, maybe we'll just answer that question after the meditation.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah, super. My friend Peter is here as well. Hey, Peter, don't say thanks to Helen. About me, what about you?
He's seen you before.
I've not talked to Peter for some time. Yeah, so what we want to do right now is I want to connect to ourselves and our own beingness, feeling, because bringing everything back into center, bringing us all back. So I want everybody to just relax. You can close your eyes or you can leave your eyes open. It's up to you. Deep breath. And making sure that you're grounded. And invite all your wonderful beings of light, your angels, your guides, your masters of light. Invite your team, your team that is behind you. Invite them into this meditation. Ask them to come and walk with you with this meditation, with you. And most of all, we ask our I am presence, our mighty I am that I am. Come and merge with me now. Feel this lovely energy. And from your heart, visualize this golden light going up straight into the universe and connecting to the divine of all that is. And as your heart expands and expands into this beautiful red rose, and this copper stem of this rose goes down through your base chakra, and into Mother Earth. Take this copper stem as far as it can go into the heart of Mother Earth. And as you are connected to heaven and earth, your rose starts to ignite with the light of the divine creator. Right at the edges of this rose, there are streams of light, expanding, expanding. Beautiful platinum silver in color. Let it expand. There's nothing to do, just allow it to happen. And while this is happening, we ask the angels of the violet flame to blaze this violet flame through our beingness, clearing, cleansing, transmuting everything that is not for our highest good, and send it into the light to be transformed into divine light. And as you stay in this light, many, many beings of light connects with you and collectively to the group. Joining hands, loving each other. We as human angels wrap our love and our light and our wings around each other. There is much healing being given to all of us. And if there's any part of your body that needs more healing, put your right palm on that area. And send this powerful energy And we ask our wonderful light beings to expand this light, our love, our compassion, and healing. Send it out as far and wide as it can go. And as you gently, gently connect to your golden thread of light and bring yourself back into your bodies. Bring yourself back into your room. And we send our love and our gratitude to all the beings of light that has been here for us. We thank you very much, and we love you and send you much grace and energy from the divine creator of all that is to you. And gently, when you're ready, take a deep, deep breath and open your eyes. Hope everybody's back. Thank you to everybody. Everybody's saying thank you to us. And there's this question that Nicola sent us. And the question is, her friend sees silver light more than normal. And since watching this, her legs are wobbling and has a sharp pain in her neck and doesn't want to open her eyes now.
Okay.
Do you want to say something to that, Helen?
It's possible that there's been a little bit of a blockage perhaps around the neck area, because the neck is where the higher heart and the throat meet. So it's possible that the energy is trying to get through, and there's perhaps just a little bit of energy that just could do with a little bit of help. What I would suggest is perhaps ask Archangel Uriel to bring that energy down, to allow that to actually come down and ground through the physical and down into the earth, because if there's a sort of break between the head and the body, it's difficult for it to get through sometimes. So there's nothing wrong. It happens from time to time. But Uriel would be great for helping with that grounding. The silver light is wonderful to see. Absolutely beautiful to be able to see the silver light, because it's not a sort of shade that is easy to pick out. It can be quite hard to sort of see. So that's wonderful. That means there's a lot of help around. So yeah, beautiful. And I hope that helps.
Yeah, there are times when I do the divine consciousness work, and when they come out of it, some people get horrendous headaches.
Yeah.
What's happening is that there's so much light coming through the pranic tube, and it's bounce off where the blockage is, and then come back up again, and it gets stuck all behind the head area.
That's right.
And it's so easy to release it all. You can do it physically or just thinking, but if you don't want to do it physically, just grab the aura from the back and just pull it out and visualize the light going into Mother Earth. And within 10 minutes, they're back to normal.
Another very easy visualization, just back on the rose theme, is if you actually visualize a rose in the area that's causing the problem as a bud, and then gradually just watch it very, very gently open. And as it opens, just breathe with it. That releases a lot of the energy that's got sort of tied up there as well. So that's a very gentle visualization to be able to do, to release that energy. And you can change the color of the rose depending on what feels comfortable for the area that it might be in.
Yes, super. And just okay. Yeah, her friend was got a bit too much light down there, and she had to stop in the middle. Just do what Helen said, and everything will be fine. Because light doesn't, damage or harm. It's just if you have blockages, it's going to show you where it is, and you just have to work on that part. That's all it is, you see.
And the more we become light beings, the more light we will actually be able to absorb and take into our systems. But if our bodies aren't quite ready, that's when these sorts of things will actually happen, just to show us that perhaps something needs a little bit of clearing before it can get through. So yeah, it's perfectly normal, and will happen from time to time that we get these little hiccups where it can't perhaps get through as much as possible. So, yeah, excellent.
Nicholas sent a message to you saying that, Helen, you are a little diamond. The advice was really helped my friend. Thank you.
Brilliant. I'm really pleased. Really pleased. I get a lot of my information from other sources, so I tend to pass on what I'm told. So hopefully that will help. That's great.
Yeah. And the thing also, Nicholas, and everybody that's here, it's not just that information for your friend, but anybody can use this technique, can't they?
Absolutely. Yes. Something very simple, very quick, and very easy to do. That's all you want. Because you haven't always got time to set up a great sort of, I've got to do this meditation and that. You want something that works quickly, and these little tips are there for that. So hopefully that will help anybody who's stuck.
Jeanette has just put your web page there, so people can copy it, and I will. Yes, so all the information is there. Nobody can miss anything.
Fabulous.
And hopefully, Helen, next time we can meet up again and talk more.
It will be lovely. Yes. Yeah. Very, very nice. Yeah.
Super.
And in case I didn't say, you have my absolute permission to do whatever you like with that painting. I won't be suing you, don't worry.
I better start saving up, Helen, huh?
You've got lots of witnesses to say it's okay.
It is beautiful. It is. I think the camera doesn't show.
It's difficult. Yes, it is difficult.
How beautiful it is. I would suggest to everybody get a print and
I've taken a photograph. Maybe I'll try and upload it and see if that looks better. It might be easier for people to see a bit more clearly if I can upload it and show you everybody. So I'll do that for you.
If you need to take more pictures, I can bring this back to you to take more pictures. You see?
I think I should be all right. I did take quite a few, so
all right.
Cool.
Okay.
So, brilliant.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And like Helen said, it's not about me, it's about us. It's about all of us, being the collective consciousness and the collective light that we sent out. And thank you so much. And we will see you all soon. See?
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. 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 Thank you. We just going to go up.